Hey everybody, Jorey here. So I've been asked a lot over the last even just 72 hours about EMDR. Does it work? People saying it doesn't work. Yes, it does. So I wanted to just do a quick video on why EMDR works at all. And by the way, I'm not saying, sorry, I'm trying to mess with my settings here. I'm not saying that if someone told you that it doesn't work for you, that you're lying or that the other person doesn't know or whatever. I'm explaining why EMDR works at all for anybody. So real quickly, EMDR works because the way that I explain it is our memories are stored in two separate parts of our brain, right? You've got what I call the movie memory, which is the playback, the movie that we see. And then we've got the emotional memory, and that is every emotion that accompanied that memory back when it occurred. So they get stored in two separate parts of our brain. So what happens with, for example, with PTSD, with depression, with anxiety, is our brain tries to hide the memory from us to keep us safe from it. But what it can't do is it cannot hide the emotion. And so we hide the movie memory and the emotion stays in the forefront. It's that emotion staying in the forefront that causes us all of our problems with the anxiety, the depression, the PTSD, whatever, because our body continues to protect us from this traumatic event, but we don't necessarily remember all the details from it. So what EMDR does is it connects the two sides of our brain, the emotional memory and the movie memory, and it puts them back together. It's the same process that our body uses, that our brain uses to archive memories. The EMDR is the rapid eye movement, right? It also helps bring it forward and reconnect them. The reason the EMDR can be so dangerous is because it's literally going to put back together the most traumatic thing that has ever happened to you. And so if you don't have somebody who knows really well what they're doing, it can be very dangerous. You have to go to a practitioner who's done this a lot and who knows what they're doing. But when you do, I call it the most horrific, wonderful thing that I've ever gone through, because it was hard to go through. It's hard to relive things that are traumatic to you. But at the same time, what I was taught was that the emotion attached to a memory stays the age that you were when the traumatic event occurred. So if you had something happen to you when you were 8, 10, 16, whatever it might be, the emotion you're feeling is 8, 10, or 16. Well, that may have been an appropriate emotion for an 8, 10, or a 16-year-old, but it may not be appropriate for a 25, 35, 45, 55, whatever-year-old adult. So when you bring that emotion and that memory forward, you can replace the belief system behind that trauma, and then the emotion behind the trauma you can replace with your current ability to believe, think, have different emotions, and you put it back away. Now, you may have to do this a couple of times, but over time what happens is the sharpness of that memory gets dulled. It goes away. And so what ends up happening is you're able to then deal with the memory for what it is, rather than just dealing with the sharp emotion and no movie to go along with it. So that's why, that's a super layman's term or layman's explanation of what EMDR is, but literally that's what it is it's reattaching our memories to our movie memory to our emotional memory, and it's redefining the meaning of that event and putting it back where it goes, which is in a place of maybe remembering and that's it just occurred to us, rather than having it be so negatively affecting on our current life. So really quickly, that's what it is. That's what EMDR is. That's why it works. And last thing I will say is, and I say this a lot, but I'll say it once again, everybody self-heals. Everybody self-heals. Whether you go to a counselor, a doctor, a psychiatrist, a life coach, everybody self-heals. You're just going with that person to give you a new set of tools, to teach you a new way to heal, right? They're taking you along for the journey, and they're your mentor. They're helping you do it. But everybody self-heals. So if you're looking for someone to come in and heal you, that's not how it works. You have to heal yourself. So you have to get yourself in a place of understanding and of desire to heal yourself. So anyway, that's what I got for you today. That's what EMDR is. If you have any questions, I'd love to answer them. And also, I am about to launch my beta program for an online course. This course is going to retail at $1,000 each, but for those of you who are willing to help me critique and give me feedback on the course, I'm offering the course for a limited time for $75. It's going to be a live course. It'll be the same material as the finished product. I'm just doing it for $75 as a thank you for those of you willing to help me. So if you're interested, I'm going to drop a link below. You'll just go to the page and register for that class. And when it's full, we'll put on this live course. The live course is called Trauma Recovery and Suicide Prevention. So anyway, thanks so much for watching. Hope everyone has a great, safe weekend. Be safe. Take care. We'll talk to you soon.